Welcome to Two Guys Talking About. I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill. I don't know why he's yelling.
We're glad you're here. This is our weekly video podcast where we talk about different things, including today, we're talking about movies that make men cry.
Two right off the bat, if I may. Best in Show and Young Frankenstein.
Wait a minute. Young Frankenstein makes you cry?
Happy
Cry
tears.
laughing.
Oh. There's all kinds of tears, my friend.
Oh.
Young Frankenstein
Oh.
and Best in Show, I am crying.
I wasn't thinking about good cry. I was thinking about the, dang, you're ugly when you cry.
I've got that. That's the bulk of it.
Don't look. Stop.
We're both like, don't look at my
list,
my
man.
list.
Are you an easy crier?
I remember I used to be, especially when I would wreck my bike. Why they had that bar that on a boy's bike. I think as I have gotten older, I have become more sensitive and a bit more of a softie and a little bit more of a sentimentalist.
So
I don't just sit there and sob at a movie, but I will get it.
Right.
If you try to talk to me,
it.
I can't. I got a giant lump in my throat, and I'm probably wiping away a tear. Yeah.
So you find it easier to cry at things now?
Yeah.
I'm not an easy crier. Is that a word?
You haven't wrecked your bike lately.
No, I haven't, but I did. I actually used to be taller, but that's different. You know, I grew up where you didn't cry a lot. I realize this is turning into a therapy session, so thank you. Just send us the bill.
We could keep a whole team of shrinks hopping.
Holy crap. But I grew up where you just didn't cry a lot. And unfortunately, that's carried with me into adulthood. And so what I end up doing is fighting the emotion and the crying, especially if it really gets to me, which is funny because there are movies, there are TV shows that, man, they've just wrecked me, and I'll fight that urge, but yet if I'm talking about my kids or something like that emotional, I find that maybe it's because I'm getting older that it's easier to kind of jump into that emotion.
Guys lose 1% of testosterone every year starting at the age of 27.
Speak for yourself.
I'm down to 7 drops.
So we're talking about movies that make you cry, and I guess we could say good or bad cry, but I was thinking bad.
Well, moving on to the emotional cry, not the happy lie, or not sad, but just the emotional. It's pulling at your heart, and it comes out as tears.
And by the way, that is one of the things that we want to hear from you is what movies make you cry.
Or what movies make your guy cry.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't want you to see that he's crying,
that's
or maybe
true.
he doesn't care.
So ladies, go ahead and just out your husband on here all day long. We don't care. It's free, and it's fun.
Well, I've got a couple here that I want to mention that somebody's going to say, just give me your man card. When Harry Met Sally gets me. No?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, can't go there.
And a movie that supposedly no guy on the planet should ever watch is Love Actually.
Never seen it.
It's alleged. It's kind of like a Christmas movie. It's set at Christmas, but it's not really a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
There are a couple of scenes in Love Actually that really choke me up. A Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
All I've got to do is see the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not even the whole setup. Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yes, that's on my list.
And really, for me, it's that final scene when Ryan...
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it,
it's been out for 20 years.
Yeah, you've only had 20 years to watch it, so get over it.
But when he turns to his wife and says, tell me I've been a good man. I'm getting choked up now. Tell me I've been a good man.
Yeah.
Because remember, Tom Hanks' character tells him, earn this.
Have we talked about movies? We talked about books.
We talked about books. I know you prefer the movie.
Yeah.
That's why you're confused.
Well, that's true. Saving Private Ryan, still to this day, is my absolute favorite movie. In fact, it's on there's 2 or 3 that I kind of even put in a different category of crying too, where I went to the theater, saw it, which is where I prefer to see the movies anyway. And when it was over, there was silence or sobbing. And Saving Private Ryan was one of those. And I think there are 2 scenes that really got me. Yeah, at the end, when he's looking at his family and asking that. Mm-hmm. But when the guys have just given it all, and Tom Hanks is on the bridge, and he eventually, he's got the revolver and it's just, or the 45, and it's clicking and clicking, and he finally dies. It's like, oh my word! It's just. It is such an emotional movie.
Actually, 2 Kevin Costner movies.
Please don't say Waterworld. I cried because I paid for it.
You know what? I interviewed Kevin Costner when he came into town for the 20th anniversary of Bull Durham and he played with his band Modern West, and I interviewed him by phone. And the first thing I said to him was, I liked Waterworld. And he said, so did I. No, it was not Waterworld. It was Dances with Wolves.
Ooh, great movie.
At the end, when Wind in His Hair is yelling at him, can't you see you are my friend?
Yeah.
And I'm just even talking about these scenes are getting to me.
I thought you were going to say Field of Dreams.
Number 1, Field of Dreams. Oh. Hey, Dad, want to have a catch?
Oh.
Well, and the scene where Burt Lancaster goes from player to doctor when he crosses the first baseline to save his daughter, choked on a hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
That scene got me.
You know, it's something interesting, and I hadn't thought about that, but I think there's something about sports movies, too, because I didn't write it down, but one I thought about was The Rookie with Dennis Quaid, which is actually a really good movie, and I think a lot of it was shot at the old Durham Ballpark.
Is that right?
I think so. I'm pretty
that.
sure. Either the old one or the new one. And then they digitally made it look like something else wherever they was. But there's a scene at the end where, and it's based on a true story, where he comes out and just the emotion of the crowd. It's like, oh. I tell you one I wrote down, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. When Frodo realizes that he can't go with him on the journey. Actually, there's two. There's when Sam says, I'll carry you. And he puts him on his shoulder to get up. Oh, my word. Just the sacrifice and the emotion in there. And then at the end, it's just powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm. How about The Wizard of Oz?
No.
See, here's my angle on The Wizard of Oz. You watch it as a kid and it's like, cool. Now, of course, I'm still afraid of flying monkeys. That's why, again, that's why I didn't get a man card, because I don't like flying monkeys.
Yeah, you always got to watch out for the flying monkeys.
But, you watch it as a kid, and it's like, oh, man, it's this cool movie, it's this fantasy movie. And then you become a teenager or whatever, and you're in your 20s, it's like, man, that's the dumbest movie I've ever seen. Then when you become a parent again, and you're watching it with your kids, and then you pick up on a little bit more of the message in that movie, then that movie, there's no place like home.
Two more I wrote down. And I don't know if it's a cry thing or just that silence thing. One is Schindler's List. Mm-hmm. Just powerful.
Sure.
Again, when it was over, I mean, there's so many emotional moments in it, but even at the end, when Steven Spielberg has the real survivors on and they're back at, I think it was the gravestone of Schindler, Oscar Schindler, that's emotional. But again, that was one of those movies when it was over, it was quiet.
Yeah.
And then The Passion of the Christ that Mel Gibson did. I remember going out to my truck when it was over and just sitting there. And just like, okay, I didn't want to listen to the radio. I didn't want to do anything. So there's even another level for me of an emotional silence and a pause.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ is our Easter weekend movie.
Do you think it's easier for men to cry or women to cry?
Probably depends on the individual. I think society says, like you said growing up, men are not supposed to cry. Mm-hmm. I think it's easier for women to cry. It's more, like it or not, it's more socially acceptable, I suspect.
Yeah. I got something in my eye.
Yeah.
The sun's in my eye. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in a theater,
Ball like a baby.
Like for me, I'm trying to fight it off.
Oh,
I don't embrace it. I feel it, and it's like, please nobody ask me a question. Yeah. Please don't anybody look at me. And why would I be embarrassed by that? It's a human emotion.
But we would love to hear from you, guys, dudes, men's. If you will, let us know what movie makes you cry. Now, if you need to do a fake account and change your cover photo, we understand. We really appreciate you watching however you consume this. I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill.
Thank you for watching Two Guys Talking About.
This has been Two Guys Talking About with Kevin Kolbe and Bill Jordan. If you have an idea or comment or you're interested in sponsoring the show, connect and find out more at twoguystalkingabout.com. Two Guys Talking About is produced by Kolbe Creative Media.